Earth Week, Mr. President. Again, my congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. President. From the good senator from Bukidnon, who is my partner for the environment and an ardent environmentalist as well. I appreciate your commendation and your support of our measures in this chamber, and I hope that with your support and our collective partnership, we'll be able to push for the measures that we mentioned. And I just wanted to focus on the good things happening on the ground, since we have been deluged with many problems, crisis, yes, and bad news in the past months. And we truly appreciate the initiatives being taken at the local level, and to give credit where credit is due to the NGOs and the local initiatives of the LGUs. Thank you, Mr. President.
Mr. President, Senator Pia Cayetano likewise wishes to make a manifestation.
Senator Cayetano is recognized.
Mr. President, I'd also like to join my colleague, Senator Zubiri, in congratulating our colleague, Senator Loren Legarda, for the privileged speech and the presentation she delivered. We've had the occasion to work with Senator Legarda on a number of bills, and we would like to assure the good lady senator that as committee chair of the Committee on Environment, we are very much appreciative of her efforts and the input she has been constantly giving the committee, and we would like to schedule a hearing on the bill that she mentioned. And I thank her for taking time to present this to us, and I join her in emphasizing the need to also focus on the good practices that a lot of times are not even brought to our awareness at all, and the lady senator has taken the time to show these good practices on the ground level in many cities and municipalities, which are very much deserving of attention. So I thank her for that.
Thank you, Mr. President. The support of the chair of the Environment Committee, Senator Cayetano, is most welcome, and we truly appreciate her being able to calendar in the past months, especially the measure that we introduced on the creation of a Commission on Climate Change. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Mr. President, with the permission of our colleagues, I move that we refer the privileged speech as well as the manifestations to the Committee on Environment.
Is there any objection? There being none. Senator Gordon?
Sure, I would like to, Mr. President, I'd like to support also the position of the distinguished lady, Senator Loren Legarda. I was over the weekend in Bicol on the matter of climate change, and these are presentations that I think are worthy of the Senate, because it is important that we don't become mere spectators or watchers as Mother Earth changes its character because of man's rapacity to it. And therefore, I also would like to support the intervention or the privileged speech made by the distinguished senator, and also on the observations in Palawan as well as in tourism, which I think are well worth the respect that we must give her as well as the Senate. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much. I am glad that Senator Gordon rose on the floor, because no less than the International Committee and the Red Cross had declared that the Philippines is a biodiversity hotspot. And of course, we know that the issue of climate change is in line with the issue of disaster proofing and mitigating risks and risk adaptation. And that is where the good senator, as chair of the Red Cross in the Philippines, is very much involved. And climate change, global warming, disaster risk mitigation and adaptation are all issues which cannot be addressed individually, but are issues which need to be addressed collectively. And I appreciate your intervention in this respect.
Thank you, Mr. President. The statement of the gentle lady is indeed correct. In fact, Mr. President, I think that she is very prescient, and I have actually filed a similar proposition on the creation of a climate change committee that would oversee what is happening here insofar as its impact. I was privileged to be in Bicol, as I pointed out, with Governor Salceda, who came out with inviting the scientific community on the matter of climate change. And these are things that I think are not covered by the press very well, but ought to be covered. That's why I stand up, Mr. President, and I'm glad Senator Zubiri and Senator Cayetano indeed stood up, because it's something that I think most people would rather not talk about, or would rather agree and nod over it, but then forget about it. I think it's important that every time we get an opportunity to assert it, I think it must be done, and I congratulate once again the senators concerned, and certainly the observations made by the distinguished lady on the matter of the Red Cross. Indeed, we've been meeting on this, and we've been preparing for this. I think